so faithful.
Hi, I'm Drew.
So
I'd like to take just a minute and share with you what has happened in my life over the last few years and share with you an experience that took place in my life about 12 years ago. May 24th, 1999 was a moment in my life that I'll never forget. You know, one of those moments where time stops and you're like, whoa, wow, did that really happen? You know, that moment where you're like, how am I going to make it through this? My dad was in Baltimore, Maryland, and my sister was 15 and I was 12. It was a Sunday afternoon. We were working on a school project, putting some things together and getting ready for school the next day. And we were watching a couple movies with my mom that night and just spending some time together as a family on Sunday afternoon like we did so often. That night we prepared for bed, and normally my sister and myself would stay in my mom's room and sleep in there with her when my dad was out of town, and we always liked to make pallets and just be together. But that night my mom wouldn't let us do that. She said, no guys, you're not sleeping in here tonight. You need to go to your rooms. You've got school tomorrow. You've already been up late enough. You need to go into your room. So after a little while of arguing, we headed back to our rooms. That morning I woke up and I felt something in my heart just say, you got to get up. You need to go, and you just need to get up and go see what's going on. So I got up out of bed and I walked this long hallway down to my parents' bedroom, and I walked in and the room was it was a mess. Everything was turned over and I was confused. Remember, I was only 12 years old. So I walk in, my mom's face down on the floor, and I go to just to get her up, say, Mom, what's going on? What are you doing? You know, did you roll off the bed? I mean, what are you doing on the floor? And the more I shook, the more I talked, the more I realized that something was bad wrong. So I ran down the hallway, got my sister and got her up, and we walked into the room, and Jordan began to work, and we just began to try to figure out what was going on. We were in shock. We were just panicking. We called 911. They quickly arrived, and they came in, and they began to work. And you can imagine just a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old trying to understand what's going on here. Mom's not breathing. Mom's not talking. What's going on? Help me understand. A few minutes later, after they had pushed us out of the room, they came out and said, I'm so sorry, but your mother's gone. She had been gone for a while. In that moment, I really didn't understand fully what had happened. Mom's gone? I mean, what do you mean gone? Like gone for a little while, gone for a couple days, gone forever? Couldn't quite wrap my mind around forever. So by that time, the afternoon had come, and my dad still wasn't aware of what happened. He was flying in from the weekend, and we didn't want to tell him because we didn't want him to be driving crazy. We wanted him to make it home safely. So he arrived and he got to our house, and he walked up the steps, walked through the door, and everyone was at our house at that point. And he said, what's going on? Why is everyone here? Asked a few questions, and he could tell something was wrong. And he said, where's your mom at? Where's Susie at? And his best friend walked him down the hallway and shared with him what had happened. I'll never forget it. My dad came and walked in that room where my sister and I were, and he got down on one knee and he grabbed us both by the shirt real close. See, this is when it changed. And he said, Jordan and Drew, let me tell you something. We will make it, and God will see us through. In that moment, at the age of 12, I saw a father who had total confidence in the God that he served. Oh, it's easy to serve God when things are going great and everything's good, but this was a moment where our faith was really tested. We were really about to see a trial in our life. My father looked at us and told us everything would be fine and God would see us through. And he was exactly right. Here I am today, 13 years later, living for God. I have two beautiful children. I'm a youth pastor now here in Searcy, and I'm seeing God change lives. So many opportunities that I've been given based on what I had went through. I'm here today to tell you that God will turn your tragedy, He'll turn it into triumph.